How's it going, everybody? C-RadTV back here with another video. So, of course, it's time for the NFL Week 15 picks. So, another week of NFL football upon us. The bye weeks are over. It's now time for the sprint to the finish line to see who will make the playoffs and who will be sent to Elimination Station. So, of course, last week with my picks, I went 12-2 with my picks. So, my record goes to 123-86. And, of course, last week, we also eliminated 3 teams last week, and those 3 teams being the Jacksonville Jaguars, the New York Jets, and the Detroit Lions. So now 4 teams have been eliminated. So now only 14 imposters remain in the NFL. And also last week, nobody locked themselves into the playoffs. So we have nobody locked in with 4 weeks remaining. But that's probably going to change after this week. So, of course, we're going to go over all the playoff scenarios coming up. But we're going to first get to those scenarios when we get there. Mainly, a lot of the scenarios involve the NFC. The AFC, like, only 2 teams in the AFC can lock themselves in. Like, there's at least 5, maybe 6 teams that can lock themselves in on the NFC side this week. So, a lot could happen this week. But yeah, anyway, enough talk. Let's just go ahead. Let's jump right into the picks. So starting off, we have the Thursday night game. In our Thursday night game, we have the Kansas City Chiefs and the Los Angeles Chargers playing in Los Angeles at SoFi. Of course, in this game, first place in the AFC West is on the line in this game. I think this is going to be a high-scoring shootout game. No, Chargers got the first game, so you know what? I think the Chiefs get this game and they split the season series. I'm taking Kansas City on the road to beat the Chargers, so give me the Chiefs. So now, next up, we go into our Saturday games. So yes, this is the start of the Saturday game stretch of the season. So we got 2 Saturday games. So the first Saturday game is the 4 o'clock game, which is the Las Vegas Raiders and the Cleveland Browns playing in Cleveland. But usually for the Saturday games, it usually involves teams in the playoff push or if they have playoff implications. So yeah, this is going to be a really interesting game between the the Browns and the Raiders. But I feel like the Raiders are just starting their late season collapse. So I'm going to take the Browns at home in this one. So give me Cleveland in that one. Now, our next game, the Saturday night game, we have the New England Patriots and the Indianapolis Colts playing in Indianapolis. Of course, New England is now tied for the first seed in the AFC with the Kansas City Chiefs, of course. So, yeah, the Patriots trying to stay pace there and try and keep their lead in the AFC East. And now for New England to lock in the playoffs, there are 5 scenarios that would need to play out for New England to clinch a playoff spot this week. And I'm just going to show the playoff scenario on the screen instead of just list it off. So if you want to pause the video and just read them off real quick or take a screenshot of it when you get a chance, just feel free to do that. So yeah, there are like 5 scenarios that would have to play out for New England to clinch it. But it is possible for the Patriots to be in the playoffs this week. So yeah, anyway though, now let's move on to the Sunday games. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention for the Saturday game, yeah, I'm taking New England. Give me New England on the road. I think the Patriots continue their winning streak. So yeah, give me the Patriots on the road. Now to the Sunday games. First one, we got Carolina Panthers, Buffalo Bills playing in Buffalo. Yeah, I'm taking the Bills at home in this one. Carolina's just screwed at quarterback. I'm taking Buffalo at home. Next game, we got the New York Jets and the Miami Dolphins playing in Miami. And oddly enough, Miami is now back in the playoff race. Somehow. Figure that out. So yeah, I'm taking Miami at home in this one. The Jets are eliminated. They're going to be trying to tank for that first overall pick. So give me the Dolphins in that one. Next game, we have the Washington No-Skins, or No-Names, and the Philadelphia Eagles playing in Philadelphia. Of course, both teams in that very chaotic NFC wildcard race, which currently, I believe the last wildcard spot is held by the Washington No-Names with a losing record. So there's a chance that 7th and final playoff spot's going to be in the NFC. It's going to be a team with a losing record. Now I can kind of see why people hated the NFL expanding the playoffs, because this 7th spot just rewards mediocrity. But yeah, I got Washington winning that game. So yeah, give me Washington over Philadelphia in this one. See, I got no names. Next game, we have the Arizona Cardinals and the Detroit Lions playing in Detroit. Now, for Arizona, there are 3 scenarios for Arizona to clinch a playoff spot. The scenario number 1's the easiest. Just win and you're in. The other 2 scenarios are that they can also clinch a playoff spot if Chicago and Tampa Bay win this week. And they also clinch a spot if Chicago and Atlanta win this week. Yeah, this is no contest. I got the Cardinals on the road in this one. Give me Arizona. So yeah, I say Arizona will officially lock themselves in this week. Now, next up, we got the Dallas Cowboys and the New York Giants playing in New York. Now, for the Cowboys can clinch a playoff spot with a win and a Tampa Bay win this week. Dallas can also clinch a spot with a win and a Falcons win. And Dallas can also clinch a playoff spot if San Francisco, Chicago, and Tampa Bay all win this week. Now also, Dallas can also clinch the NFC East, but it's a bit complicated. For Dallas to clinch the NFC East, there are 2 scenarios. Scenario number 1 is they would need to win, and they would also need a Philadelphia Eagles win, and they would need 5 of these 6 teams to win this week. And those 6 teams are either the Cardinals, Bengals, Chargers, Dolphins, Vikings, or the Patriots. Scenario number 2, which pretty much has like a 0% chance of happening, but we gotta throw it in. Dallas can also clinch a spot if they win, and if the Eagles and Washington no-names tie this week. And also, I should mention that the Giants, they can be eliminated this week with a loss, plus a Saints win, and if Atlanta and San Francisco later on tie. So yeah, it's a very slim chance of the Giants being eliminated, but there is a possibility. Yeah, I say Dallas wins. I think Dallas is more likely going to at least lock up a playoff spot. Like, too many things have to go right for Dallas to clinch the NFC East. I don't see Dallas locking up the East, but I do think they get a playoff spot this week. So, give me the Cowboys on the road in this one to sweep the Giants. See, I got the Cowboys. Next game, we got the Tennessee Titans and the Pittsburgh Steelers playing in Pittsburgh. Now, Tennessee clinches a playoff spot with a win. But Tennessee can also clinch a playoff spot and the NFC South with a win, and if the Patriots beat the Colts Saturday. Yeah, I got the Titans winning this one. Give me Tennessee on the road. I think Tennessee clinches a playoff spot, and I think Tennessee will win the AFC South for the 2nd season in a row. I think it's inevitable the Titans win that division. So yeah, give me the Titans on the road in this one. I got Tennessee. And now for our next game. It's time to prepare for the Ultimate Tank Bowl. So this Ultimate Tank Bowl sees the Houston Texans and the Jacksonville Jackoffs playing in Jacksonville. Both teams battled for the 2nd overall pick, but could potentially be the 1st overall pick if the Lions beat the Cardinals on Sunday. So yeah, Houston and Jacksonville, 2 teams in a brace of suck. Honestly, the best case scenario for this game is if it ends in a goddamn tie. But there's a 0% chance of that happening, so fuck. You know what? Who really gives a fuck about this game? That game is gonna suck ass either way. Oh, fuck it. I'll just say the Texans on the road because I believe Jacksonville won the first meeting. So, give me the Texans on the road this one. Both these trash teams split the season series. So, yeah, I got Houston winning and fucking up their draft pick. Because the winner of this game fucks their draft pick up. So, yeah, give me Houston on the road. The sucky bus will suck the life out of Houston once again. Next game, we got the Atlanta Falcons, San Francisco 49ers playing in San Francisco. Of course, San Francisco and Atlanta trying to keep pace in that NFC wildcard race. Yeah, I got the 49ers in that one. Give me San Francisco. Next game, we have the Cincinnati Bengals and the Denver Broncos playing in Denver. Of course, the Bengals trying to keep pace in the AFC North race and in the AFC wildcard race. Yeah, I'm taking the Bengals on the road in this one. Give me Cincinnati. Next game, we got a game with playoff implications. We have the Green Bay Packers and the Baltimore Ravens playing in Baltimore. Now for Green Bay clinches the playoff spot this week if Tampa Bay and Atlanta win. So if Tampa Bay and Atlanta win, Green Bay's automatically in. However, Green Bay could clinch the NFC North this week with either a win or if the Bears win this week. So yeah, very simple. If Green Bay beats Baltimore, they win the North for the third consecutive season. Yeah, and there's also a lot of uncertainty about Lamar Jackson after his injury in the game against the Browns last week. Yeah, I got Green Bay on the road in this one. I got Green Bay winning this game, and I think Green Bay locks up the NFC North. So yeah, I think Green Bay wins the division once again and remain the kings in the North. I think it's inevitable Green Bay's winning the division, so just get it over with now. So yeah, I say Green Bay wins the division this week. So yeah, give me the Packers on the road. Next game, another game with playoff implications. We have the Seattle Seahawks and the Los Angeles Rams playing in Los Angeles at SoFi. So yeah, for this game, now the Rams, they can clinch a playoff spot this week. For the Rams to clinch a playoff spot, they would need a win, plus a Chicago win, plus a Tampa Bay win this week to clinch a playoff spot. I think the Rams will win their game against Seattle, but I think one of those two teams has got two other teams that LA would need to win. I think they're going to lose. And I think it's pretty obvious which one I'm leaning toward losing. So yeah, give me the Rams at home in this one. I do think the Rams will lock up a playoff spot eventually, but not this week. So yeah, give me the Rams on that one. Of course, LA coming off that major road win against the Cardinals on Monday night. So yeah, give me the Rams at home against the Seahawks. Next game, we have the Sunday night game with playoff implications. New Orleans Saints, Tampa Bay Buccaneers playing in Tampa Bay. Now, Tampa Bay, they clinch a playoff spot if Chicago and Atlanta win. So if those two teams win, Tampa Bay is automatically in no matter what. Kind of the same scenario with Green Bay and Arizona. So yeah, for Green Bay, Arizona, and Tampa Bay, if Chicago and Atlanta win, all three of those teams are in automatically. However, Tampa Bay, they can clinch the NFC South this week by just simply winning. So Tampa Bay wins, they win the division. You know, it's very odd how Tampa Bay always struggles against the Saints in the regular season, but they always do well against them in the postseason. That's very fucking weird. But yeah, this game, the Saints are just so crippled on offense with those injuries. I think it's just going to be too much for the Saints to overcome. I'm going to take Tampa Bay at home in this one, so I think Tampa Bay will lock up the NFC South this week. So yeah, give me the Buccaneers at home in this one. I got Tampa Bay winning this game and winning the NFC South. And now we get to our Monday night game. The Monday night game, we have the Minnesota Vikings and the Chicago Bears playing in Chicago. Now, Chicago can be eliminated from playoff contention this week. For it to happen, though, there are 14 different scenarios for it to play out. And I'm just going to show all 14 on the screen since it's very complicated. And that there are so many ways it could go that it has to be split up into two different screenshots. Just to show how many different ways Chicago can go to Elimination Station this week. So, yeah, it's very complicated. So, yeah, I do think the Vikings are going to win on the road this week. I don't think Chicago's going to get eliminated yet this week, but probably next week. See, I think the two teams that are at risk of elimination this week, I think both teams are going to stay alive for at least another week. See, I got the Vikings winning, and in terms of teams I think lock up a playoff spot this week, I think Arizona locks up a spot this week. I think Tampa Bay locks up a spot. I say Green Bay locks up a spot. I say Dallas will lock up a spot this week. And I say Tennessee locks up a spot this week. I do think New England will eventually, but for New England to lock up a spot, almost everything has to go right for them. And they would need a lot of different things to happen. But, yeah. So, yeah, I think the teams that lock up spots this week are, like I mentioned, teams I think lock them up are Arizona, Tampa Bay, Green Bay, Dallas, and Tennessee. So I think we'll have 5 teams locked in after this week. But yeah, those are all my picks this week. That's all I gotta say, and I'll see you on whatever I make next. Peace.